all hooked up. 2 years in the making, we're finally going on the Gibb River Road. We had a very long way to go, so we had to get some serious driving done. First night we drove for about 5 hours and camped by the road near Mount Magnet. The next morning...
It's freezing. Obviously heading up to the warmth shortly, but got about 1,100 k's to go today. Woke up this morning, the caravan was all full of frost inside and everything. It wasn't worth turning any heaters on because we're going to be... And... oh, he's hiding. How cold is it, bud? Is that freezing?
It's afternoon, we just got to Newman and we're seeing the dump truck that my uncle helped build.
You can't get up onto the haul pack to have a look.
The wheels are massive.
They are, aren't they?
We were in the Pilbara, which means lots of mining and lots of stopping because of big trucks and the mining equipment taking up the road. At one point, we even got stuck behind 2 locomotives being delivered on the back of trucks.
Ah!
Why? Oh!
We were like 10 seconds sooner, we would have got through there.
That was the longest train I have ever seen in my life. Another night camping near the road. We did lots of those. It's Sunday. We're going to Derby. We had a really long day yesterday.
14 hours driving.
14-hour drive. In Derby, we got to see the old Boab jail, a hollow tree that used to keep prisoners. Sadly, sometimes they're indigenous ones.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We're on the Gibb River Road, buddy. Actually on the Gibb River Road. So this is the bitumen bit. So we got the up until tomorrow will be bitumen, till the middle of tomorrow. And it's all dirt.
I learned about opening and closing farm gates.
No, you got to shut the gate again.
More camping by the roadside, more dirt roads, and the start of driving through lots and lots of rivers. We've just done a couple of hours driving the road, a bit of rust, and we've just gotten to
Tunnel Creek.
Tunnel Creek, and we're going to go swimming.
Yeah, swim through a cave at Tunnel Creek. Tunnel risk area, fresh water, crocodiles in there too. Ready to go swimming with crocodiles? Yeah. A bit chilly?
Bit fresh.
How cold is it? Where is he? And you got to properly swim in it later. Jeez, that's cold. Crikey. The little tiny little midgy one.
We just came out the creek and we just found some First Nations artwork.
No, it looks like Peter Rabbit.
Ta-da!
But then it's got a crown on its head.
Back on the dirt road again for more driving to our campsite near Bell Gorge. A little bit later in the afternoon, we've just gotten to Bell Gorge and we're just walking to Bell Gorge and we're going to have a swim and then we're going to go back to camp. The rain started, the Gibb River Road got closed and we weren't allowed to drive anywhere, but we got to explore see lots of wildlife and frogs, good frogs and bad cane toads. We've been stuck at our campsite for the last day because the Gibb River Road has been shut, and right now we're just going to the on top of a mountain. We're, I think, like halfway up. Had to keep checking the water levels at the river crossings. We found kangaroo prints and frogs in the camp toilet. Eventually, after 5 days, we were allowed to leave and had to drive back around where we had started, back onto the normal highway through Fitzroy Crossing, along the top of Lake Connemara Dam, and finally to El Cuestro, where we had to drive through lots more rivers. Sadly, due of the rain and flooding, we actually missed out on doing a large part of the Gibb, but we still had fun and learned lots. The next morning, we went to Zebedee Hot Springs. They were awesome.
What's it like?
Warm.
Yeah, nice and warm. Yeah, about 30 degrees. Yeah.
We've just gotten to Zebedee Springs, and right now I'm just walking the dog. We spent the next 4 days driving through lots more rivers. Doing lots of hiking, some really tricky for the adults,
Okay.
but really easy for us kids. And lots of swimming and lots of gorges, some really cold.
Well, a bit chilly.
Okay, just one big plunge. Get it over and done with.
We're just at El Cuestro, and we've just found a donkey that roams around the campground.
It's the wild donkey. What's his name?
It's a girl, and her name is Jill.
Jill. Ah.
We drove up to Lake Argyle. We explored the Argyle Homestead Museum and learnt about the Durack family that first brought cattle to the area way back in the 1800s. The next day we went for a really cool boat cruise all day. We saw lots of crocodiles, rock wallabies, archerfish that shoot water at you, heaps of different birds, and got to swim in the middle of Lake Argyle at sunset. On our last morning at Lake Argyle, we even went for a helicopter ride event off the Honolulu, also called the Bungle Bungles. We've just been driving for a couple of hours on a rough road, and we've just gotten to the Bungle Bungles.
Skimming rocks at Cathedral Gorge.
Next day, we were at Mimby Caves for an Indigenous cultural tour.
Formation. This one is a big turtle.
walk around the circle near the smoke. Smoke in here. Smoke always follow the beauty of
We're looking at some fossils here.
3% old. I don't know what the old swan logo was back in the day.
Oh wow.
Alright. A little bit of climate change. Not bad as Melbourne, but I'm going down there in mid-Tremaine and we're going to introduce you to the rainbow serpent.
Then it was lots of driving each day with lots of stops to get home, exploring Broome, Karratha, Exmouth, Coral Bay, and one last stop at Warrimal, one of my favourite places. We've been driving from Broome to Karratha to
Exmouth.
to Coral Bay, and now we're at Warrimal and we're just going to the old junk pile.
So we've got hot springs here, and then you've got a junk pile as well, old rubbish tip.
And they make things like old metal into cooler stuff. And you can get your driver's license here. Warrimal is also famous for its dinners and barbecues, and there's a person singing.
And what's the other thing they're famous for?
And they're also famous for their hot tubs.
That we're about to go up to in a sec.
I'm just entering the hot tub.
For a night-time dip after dinner. I'll have to get some more video in the morning of the hot tub.